a video that is going to answer one of the questions that is most recurring. I get an email quite often asking, I found my biological father, now how do I reach out to him? How did you reach out to your dad when you found him? And so I'm going to share exactly what I wrote to him. Good afternoon. I wanted to share a story with you and maybe you could lead me in the right direction. When my mother was 17, she met a boy at a pizza place. She said he worked there and his parents possibly owned it. This was in San Antonio, Texas in 1985. They had a little fling and they quickly lost touch. They were even supposed to go to prom together, but he never showed up. She found out later that she was pregnant and thought it was a guy that she had been dating for a while before meeting him. After having me, they got a DNA test and found out I did not belong to her current boyfriend. Fast forward to today, I took a DNA test through a few websites and matches led me here. I have reason to believe one of your siblings or possibly yourself could be my biological father. I know this is a huge shock and I completely understand if there's no desire to have a relationship. I'm not looking to gain anything, but rather trying to piece together this conundrum. I really would love nothing more than to find my biological father and have a fairy tale ending, complete with a whole new family. However, I realize that it does not always happen in cases such as this. I ask that you please at least respond whether you know anything or not, so I can continue my search accordingly. Thank you so much for your consideration. God bless you and your family. I know somewhere down the line we are in fact related. Love, Kelsey, and I left my phone number. This has been really hard. It's not something that is easy for me to look back on. It was a very difficult time. It was just as some of you might be in that situation currently. You don't know, is it going to turn out okay? Is he going to answer? Is he going to see this? Did I say the right words? I felt like it's very important to give a little backstory, kind of jog his memory so he knows that this isn't a joke or I'm not just some weirdo out there. And I felt like it was really important that I reached out in this way because I did find his Facebook page first and know that he had a family, he had children, he had a wife, and I didn't want to just show up on their doorstep. I didn't want to call him and put him on the spot. So I felt like this gave him the opportunity to process it, and when he was ready, he could reach out if he wanted to. I felt it was really important for me to let him know and reassure him that I just wanted to know who he was, and that way it gives him the opportunity to make a choice whether he wants to pursue the relationship or not, and not feel so much pressure, because everybody processes things differently, and you just have to know that it takes time for some people, and for some people, like my dad called me immediately, and he was a case where he didn't need that extra time. He wanted it, and he just wanted it now, and but everybody's different, and you just have to know that whatever the outcome, that it's not your fault how they process things, how they take things, how they want things to look. It's a very difficult situation for people, especially I knew my whole life, and my dad just had found out. So he still, this whole year, has been processing it, and I've had a lot longer to realize that I knew someone was out there and maybe this would happen one day.
I mean, it was detailed enough for me to know that, oh my gosh, it's revelation coming through, and then boom. I knew I had a daughter, but towards the end, I don't remember any of what you're reading. In my mind, it was just, I'm looking for my dad, and
Yeah.
that's how that's how I processed it, you know. And immediately I knew that I lost time with a child, and I knew she lost time with me, and something I wanted so much, so badly over all the years, that it's here. And
What advice would you give to somebody who's in my position and really not sure, should I reach out? He's got a family now, it's been so long. Will he want me? Will he reject me? Will he accept me? I mean, all of these things on my end, just fear getting in the way of me reaching out. And what would you say to someone who is in the midst of that, thinking whether or not they should reach out? And then also maybe, what if rejection happens? What is your fatherly advice on that?
Well, don't let someone else's fear of becoming a father or hurt or whatever they're going through is not about you per se. It's their problem. But a father, someone with any kind of feelings and empathy towards human beings, they're going to absorb that and love it so much. Because, I mean, I can't even get enough of my daughter. I love her so much. And it is such a special and unique thing. I mean, I love my little family she has, my grandchildren and her husband. I mean, she picked a perfect husband. And, you know, her kids are just so special in my heart. And, you know, I clown around and I tell you that you did a great job without me. It was probably best. But, you know, it's not. We both miss those times. And it's something you can never get back. And I thank my daughter for having the courage and fighting for my right as a father to know their child, and also giving me that right to spend time with them and being her dad. And I thank you. I really love you with all my heart.
Oh, I love you too.
And I'm sorry, I'm a crier.
It's okay.
But I truly, again, I never knew, had no idea, but I am glad that I do have a daughter.
Okay, so there you have it. I decided to go the Facebook message route. It just seemed like the perfect way to reach out to my dad. And I am so glad that I went that route. What worked for me may not work for you, you may feel like there's a different way. There's email, there's a phone call, there's simply showing up. There's many ways to do it, but however you do it, go in it with confidence. And just know that no matter what they say, no matter what they choose to, whether or not they choose to have a relationship or not, your Heavenly Father loves you. And rest in that. And know that you are valued, you are loved, and you are important, and your feelings, they matter. And it's not your fault you're in this position. So don't feel bad about reaching out to somebody and letting them know. They deserve to know too. You guys have a super blessed day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.